Hello everybody, Brad here today and welcome back to Project Hospital. I hope you are all doing okay. So today we are in the brand new hospital built by Oxymoron Games for the Traumatology DLC. And do you know what? I think this might be my favourite in-game pre-built hospital built by the development team over there at Oxymoron Games. I think this might be my favourite. And I'll talk about why as we go along, but I think it has a really nice feel about it. So as ever, let's start here in reception and we'll work our way around the whole hospital. I don't think I've changed anything too much. I've been playing a little bit in this hospital to do my traumatology first look videos. So if anything is different, I apologise. I'll try and spot those and call them out as we go along, but I don't think there's anything different at all really. So as we come in here, this is the entrance. I really like it. That's missing a bit of wallpaper there, but I do really like it. What I like is they've kind of set this up so that you could really easily add in a gift shop and a pharmacy. It would be quite a small pharmacy. It would be quite small, but I like the fact they give you that chance to put those rooms near the entrance if you wish. And this is a really busy waiting area. Again, I like that. This is the waiting area for the emergency rooms. And we have someone limping over there. So this is the reception here. We have got a reception, a waiting room with 22 people in it. I think this hospital needs a few more doctor's offices for emergency. I just think a little bit, just a few more rooms. So this is the emergency department in terms of the clinic. You've got a cleaning closet, we've got a nice restroom. What I do like is that they've actually split the restrooms into like pink and blue. I really like that. It's kind of getting towards, hopefully, a point where we might have single sex bathrooms, which, I mean, it's 2020 guys, it's 2020, but I quite like that. And it looks like what they've tried to do is here, look, they've built a bigger bathroom. So there's actually 3x2, I think, and that's really interesting because I think what they've tried to do is make this look a little bit more like a disabled, or maybe the one in the female side might be like a baby changing bathroom, which I think, do you know what guys, the game can only go so far. You have to use your imagination sometimes. Imagination. And then we've got a massive common room over here, a couple more doctor's offices, and we'll look at all these rooms. We've got radiology. And then we come into here, which is like the real trauma centre. And I really like this. Obviously this game kind of, is biased towards traumatology, emergency conditions. So we'll have a real in-depth look at that. And then at the back here, you've got loads of space for nurses and doctors, 2 observation rooms, loads of space. They've got all like the diagnostic auxiliary things. I don't really know what you'd call them, but things like radiology, labs, all down here on the ground floor as well. And then in the middle here, you've got this really nice courtyard area, which I really like. The only thing I might change is if I was staying in this hospital for a long time, I might think about putting some kind of corridor in between these areas, just so you wouldn't have to go around the whole outside. I might think about putting a corridor maybe like there, because those 2 doors line up, don't they? Just to make it a little bit easier for staff and patients to get around. But yeah, overall I really like this. I love this common room here. I really like that common room. It's really nice. 3 fridges. All the bloody yogurt and sandwiches you could ever want, guys. This niggles me. And I don't know why it annoys me so much, but this row of posters, it does annoy me. I don't even know why. But these doctor's offices here are large. I actually thought this was a common room when I first had a look. I thought this was a common room. This is a really nice, really big doctor's office for emergency. I really like these rooms. And then over here we have the smaller ones. So this, I imagine you might say that this might be more of like a day clinic maybe, and this you could do more like outpatient stuff. I don't know. Let your imagination run wild, guys. But I really like this reception waiting room area. Then over here we have labs. Again, I really like these labs. I love this little cutout area. All the floors kind of go towards that department, so labs are this kind of turquoisey light green. So I really like that comes to the labs. They've got this kind of like sample storage room, which I like. Computers in the lab annoys me a little bit, but I do like the labs, and you do have computers in labs, but I would like to see them be in a separate office space. I love that there's like a little separate gowning up area. That's really cool. I love the common room, loads of labs up here. observation. I love how they've done their wards in this hospital. I think they've done their wards really, really nicely. I love them. And then the radiology rooms are kind of, they're so-so. You know, I'd say they're kind of so-so, you know, nothing crazy good about them, but definitely nothing negative to say. I like them. And another observation ward. Oh, look, he's going for a little spin in his wheelchair. This is a nurse's station, I believe. Yep. And then here we've got the doctor's office. A horrible floor, but I like it. I like it. And then the trauma centre, I think, looks so cool. I think this is my favourite trauma centre I've seen in the game, made by Oxymoron Games. We've got a small nurses station here at the back, so we've got some really easy access out to the patients. Every trauma centre is kind of split into a bay, like this little, again, like gowning up, scrubbing area. I really like that. And then we've got another trauma centre over here, so you could have like your critical cases come into these rooms, and then your cases, oh, this camera, and then the cases that are a little bit more mild can come into these rooms. But I really, really love it. I think it's just such a cool hospital. Then out over here we've got a few more radiology rooms with some really nice like little waiting areas, and it's set out really nicely. I really, really do like this hospital. I think it's just set out nicely. It's got a high capacity of patients. You know, it's nearly midday here in day 6, and we've already treated 51 patients. So it's got high capacity. I've not even utilised every room yet, and I'll talk about that a little bit more later. So that's that. And you've got this little ambulance. Yeah, that annoys me a little bit, that wall. But this is quite nice. This little ambulance area here, I do really like that. So up to the first floor. Again, really, really nice. And the exciting thing about this floor is this is where we have traumatology. This is where we have traumatology on this floor. So let's hide walls. Again, we've got this really nice reception area, and this is the traumatology waiting room here with a reception area. And then there's also a small waiting room just here for internal medicine. So these are the doctor's offices for traumatology. Again, very nice, very nice. Some restrooms. We've got a couple of doctor's offices here for internal medicine, a nice cleaning closet, and then over this side we've got, is this the high dependency unit? I think it is. Yep, for internal medicine over here, which again is set out really nicely with some of the new live monitors, I believe they are, and the new bed sockets. Then as we come up here, we've got rooms like the nurses station, on call rooms, some new restrooms. I believe that's the regular camera. I believe that's the regular ward for internal medicine. There were a little separate room towards the back, which I quite like. We have one special procedures unit for internal medicine, a nice little cardiology room just here, and then a nice small slender common room next to a cleaning closet. Then we come over and we've got 2 diagnostic units here. And then we come over to traumatology. So we've got a camera, we've got a cleaning closet. Next up we've got a cardiology unit, and then we've got the burns ward. So the burns ward is not too dissimilar at all from a normal ward. There's actually no different equipment or anything. It is just a ward for people who are suffering from some kind of burn. Then as we move down, we've got an on-call room. We've got a nice operating room just here, 2 actually next to each other. Then we've got a nice little diagnostic unit, a little nurses station, and then we come down to the other ward for traumatology, which is the high dependency unit. So we don't have many patients in here at all. Every patient's very lucky that they get their own TV. There's loads of bookcases, so they're very, very well looked after. Then as we move down here, we've got a couple more restrooms, a common room, and then we have a diagnostic unit here for traumatology, and then we move into intensive care. And just like the trauma centre, it's set out really, really nicely. I really like this intensive care unit. Let's spin around, and again maybe. So I really, really like this ICU. It's really nice, it's very modern. We have nurses stations and doctors on call rooms, kind of like all spread out in between the ICU units. I really, really like it. It looks really nice, and there's loads of capacity. You could fit loads of ICU patients in here, so I really, really like that. Then we have a few more radiology rooms, like there's a cardiology unit, CT, I think that has a couple, CT, MRI, an X-ray machine over here. So again, a really, really nice floor and some very, very nice views of the courtyard down below. Then if we go up, here we have the orthopedia unit. So I'm not going to kind of dwell on this too much because the rooms are kind of a similar layout. There's a nice space back here for you to put anything you want to. And I love how they put those little kind of like hazard ropes around that. That's really nice. But again, a very nice orthopedic unit with a kind of a yellow vibe up here. Or was that a mustard? Is that mustard? I think I'd call that mustard, I think. 2 operating rooms, but very, very nice. Really like how they've set out the receptions every time. They're a little bit different every time as well, which I like. They're a little bit different. Smaller waiting rooms up here, and here you've got orthopedic and general surgery. So I'm not going to dwell on it too much because it's, you know, just very, very similar to the rooms we've seen below. And then here you've got a nice big common room. Is that just a common room? I thought that was a training centre, but yeah, it is just a common room there. And then if we actually go up again, we've actually got 2 more departments which I've not got set up at the moment in this game. So over here we have cardiology with some very, very funky ward layouts, if I may say so. So these are the high dependency units for cardiology, and they're very interesting. I don't know if I would set them out this way, but it's interesting. It's something different. They've actually managed to get the thing that I don't like. If I put the walls up here, there we go. I don't like that the life monitors are they look like they're just hanging on. I know there's this kind of support bar here, but it does look like it's kind of just hanging on by a thread. But it's different, and different is good, guys. I like different, even if it's a little bit peculiar. Different is good, so I really like those. They're pretty cool. And the regular wards over here are set out in a bit more of an orthodox fashion, which again look really, really nice. Love the layout of this doctor's office, nice and big. I really like that. Is that someone ringing a bell outside? Is that the bloody town crier or something? Right, now that that nutter's gone, we can carry on with our tour. So again, I really like how this is different. So we've got cardiology here on the right, and on the left hand side here we've got neurology. And what's interesting, look, is they actually have been using these rooms. That's interesting because obviously operating theatres are shared rooms. So that's really good. So if the capacity downstairs is not great in general surgery or, you know, traumatology or something, they can actually just come up here and use some of these operating theatres, which is great. So again, a very similar regular ward layout to the right hand side in cardiology, and the same goes with the high dependency units here in neurology. They're very similar, well, they're the same to the cardiology layouts. Again, here you've got a nice big space that you can use for anything you want. If you need a little bit of extra capacity for a ward or a high dependency unit or whatever you want, or another operating theatre. And you've actually got this little corridor here that again is 2 or 3 tiles. It looks like it's 3 tiles wide here that you could use for anything you want. If you wanted some extra space for a restroom or anything you wanted, you could also use that for whatever you wish. So if we go up 1 more floor, this is an interesting one. So I added this little bit of room over here to show off the new items in traumatology, but the rest of the floor is completely up to you to do whatever you wish. So the other departments that you could fit up here that aren't already built in the hospital is like infectious diseases, the admin department, and pathology if you have those DLCs installed. So you can use this space for whatever you wish, but I would suggest you use it for these other departments, because then this hospital would comfortably fit every single in-game department with all the DLCs installed, which is exciting. I really like it. It's a really nice hospital with about 4 million windows, but I do really, really like it. And then the last floor is up here. So this is the roof space. I love this little courtyard here. I just really like that. And what I like about it is what they've done is these, you know, this is a known, I'm going to say issue, but quirk, let's say quirk of the game, is that if you place an elevator, you're going to get that elevator on every single floor. So if we look on every single floor, there's elevators in these 4 positions, 2 there and then 1 either side. So I really like what they've done up here because they know that there's this elevator here that's just going to go to nothing. So you could use this space up here for another department, or, you know, a storage room, or your pathology department, whatever you wish. But what I do like about it is they've used this as a little courtyard space. I think that's a really, really nice idea of something a little bit different, you know, to use that elevator and make it look like it's not just there for no reason, you know. That looks like it's been purposefully built there for that. Here we've got another little like entrance lobby bit, got some vents, satellite dishes over here, and then we've got this elevator here, and this elevator is specifically for the helicopter pad. So I've actually deleted the helicopter so we didn't get any sounds during recording. This chap is just chilling out whilst he's waiting for the helicopter to be placed back down. But this elevator here is to be used by paramedics when they're bringing a patient into the hospital via the helicopter. So let's get the helicopter back for our old matey boy here. So yeah, and you see how if you place the helicopter down anywhere else, because I've already got the lights here, it's telling me I can't put it down here. So what I should be able to do is I hope you'll be able to just delete those lights like so. We can delete those, and if we put the helicopter back down, it'll put those lights down automatically for us. I imagine by now, guys, you've probably had a look at the DLC. I've been having lots of internet issues as of late, so unfortunately I haven't had internet for a few days, but I imagine that you lovely people have already downloaded the new DLC and figured out these little bits and bobs for yourself. Anyway, that was a quick hospital review of the brand new hospital built by Oxymoron Games for the Traumatology DLC. Guys, let me know down below what you think of the DLC. Let me know what you think of the new hospital in the game. Helicopters, limping people. Hopefully by now we've seen some people walking around on crutches. Let me know what you think, guys. Please take care of yourselves. Have an awesome day, and I will see you later. Thank you very much for watching the video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel down below if you haven't done so already. And please feel free to follow me on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Have a great day. See you later.